Hello, everyone, and welcome to this round six Dash Mystery Tournament race between Lomion Jones and Sunflower. I'm Glove, joined on the mic by Ace Zero. Ace, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Glove. How about you?
I'm I'm really good. Super excited for this. I think this is a pretty close matchup between the two runners, and this is for a playoff spot, so a lot on the line here.
Yeah, it's a 2-3 matchup. A lot of cutthroat 2-3 races, especially right now. Those in the middle of the pack fighting to stay alive, and two skilled runners that just have been on the disadvantageous side of a few matchups here. But looking forward to
Hmm.
seeing what they do and how they match up.
Yeah, absolutely. I, you know, I'm hopeful we'll get to see some area stuff for sure. Vanilla. So, like, for those who have not kept up with the Dash Mystery Tournament, a bunch of these settings for this randomizer are themselves randomized. So we can get vanilla map, we can get area. The way that the bosses are randomized, there's a couple different ways that can happen. And the item split is randomized as well. So we can see here we have full countdown. Um, yeah, M3 is pretty standard. E1 feels a little bit bad, honestly. Like, there's a pretty decent chance our runners will not incidentally run across an E tank.
Yeah, it kind of means it's only one E tank here is a pretty good sign. There's going to be like a really good connector usually. Like you're going to hit
Hmm.
either business center to get like a major there, or red tower to get, or green Bryn. It's not going to throw you into like Bubble Mountain immediately because there's just no E tanks to do that, which is kind of nice. I know in the race time chat, Sunflower expressed not wanting area rando for this one. That seems like she's had a lot so far. Lomian said the opposite, so one of them's going to be disappointed when we find out if it is area.
Yeah, I mean, it is. What is it? 2/3 to be area rando, or is it 3/4?
Yeah, it's 2/3,
Okay.
2/3 chance.
Yeah.
Ooh, another major already. That's really fast. That with two already, I expect these runners to not be very aggressive with checking any additional criteria checks after the two over here and what's on path,
Mm-hmm.
like Terminator.
Yeah. So
Maybe trying to get like supers or power bombs, but even that, like, you might just go check the portals first on the left side.
yeah. So the awkward thing here is we have a way to get to the left side with that speed booster. Um, but so at that point it becomes really awkward. Of like, are you checking something? Like, are you checking specifically BT in hopes that it has supers or power bombs, and those are a bit more hidden. Sunflower sparking across here doesn't quite have enough health. But I'm inclined to think that was faster, especially speed no high jump makes movement weird. So you'll see going up the climb here, she's actually not holding dash at all right now because speed without high jump messes with your jump height in weird ways to where if you are running, there's a pretty good chance your jump height will actually be lower. Weird, weird stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
Sunflower.
was
Sorry, go ahead.
cool. I was just gonna say that was an incredibly good climb considering the circumstances.
Hmm.
Lomian having a little bit of trouble, possibly from that same phenomenon, but mostly the wall jumps are the same, so not too big of an issue.
Right, and it is just missiles at BT, so Lomian has a chance to skip this and just straight up gain time compared to Sunflower. He will not though.
Yeah, it's kind of aggressive, but I definitely would not have faulted either of them for skipping it.
I've gone back and forth on it. I think it's much more defensible to skip in a scenario in which you have one of power bombs and supers, but it's kind of hard to pass up when you literally only have missiles. And we do get our first power bomb pack before leaving Criteria. That's nice.
Yeah, for sure. Sunflower scouting the back here. Unlikely to see any majors, but I guess if there's supers there, that could be really good info to know. In case those are very deep, like knowing that there's supers there, I think that's really good to scout for that reason alone. Before we get to check these portals, because it is area.
And we have LN entrance. Not the LN entrance we ever want, but hopefully we just like never see that portal again.
Yeah, 5 majors there. That says a lot too, though. You kind of know you're not gonna really have an opportunity to do LN hell runs. You're gonna get Varia probably early, so like you can kind of bank on that and not be too aggressive with like digging out the E-tanks in areas that don't have a lot of majors.
Yeah, so we're going back to the bottom of Criteria.
Oh my gosh.
Because we don't even have supers to check those right portals.
Yeah, there's a... I mean, we can get up to Criteria power bombs first and check that before going back down to Old Mother Brain and...
Can you do that without a tank?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can for sure get up there without a tank. If you spark like diagonal from the ship, that's like perfect.
Really?
Or you can do the short charge on the ledge and save like 20 energy or something. Oh, I forgot about 230. This also gives super.
Same.
Well,
well, I mean, Gauntlet is a thing, although we know the back of it has 2 missile packs.
Yeah.
I would
Scout
not.
Gauntlet? Did Lomion scout Gauntlet? If Lomion didn't scout it, I think he should do Gauntlet. Like, that makes a lot of sense. But for Sunflower, it's just more valuable to go down.
I don't believe he did. I know Sunflower tends to be much more thorough than a lot of other rando players in my experience.
Oh my gosh, everything's just missiles.
Okay, apparently Lomion did scout Gauntlet.
He did. Okay, I didn't see that. Thank you. Yeah, then I would expect we'll do the same thing.
He will not.
If either of them saved.
I think this is fine to not save Scum, honestly.
Yeah, it's a long. If it doesn't pay off, I guess we do have Billy Mays down here, and
Jeez.
like there's plenty of options. Like, you kind of have to. With this power bomb count, like if you go for the area and that's not where you need to go, and you actually need those supers, and they're at Billy Mays, like, do you have enough?
Okay, so Sunflower's going to Billy Mays first. I am not a fan of this play. Like I said, Sunflower tends to be a bit more thorough, but I think this is just a huge time loss. Lomion's going that way as well.
Okay, I guess they do have enough power bombs to have gone out if they went the other way. It would take, if you don't do any of the short charges, like for the speed balls, like you'd need 6 power bombs from here to check, like go to the portal, come back, go through here. Oh, that is enough energy. Never mind. I guess you don't need a tank.
Okay, so the super and the 1 E-tank are here. So, I mean, it literally could not have been better for you unless you found, like, high jump or something here as well.
Alright, well, especially with that E-tank, I'm sure both runners will check the Retro Bryn portal. And that, and knowing its area. We've seen some unfortunate circumstances in other races where the runner didn't know that it wasn't area or assumed it was going to be, and then you get through to the door and it's locked. And
I always I always go for the mock ball, assuming it'll be area. And sometimes you have to awkwardly take your lumps, take your 80 damage, and roll awkwardly back and hope you don't get hit again. Oh, there's the major.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sunflower is skipping it. I'm not a fan of that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably fine. I think 7 seconds for the chance that like you find plasma before. Okay.
Wait, you. All right.
I
Well,
I mean you have speed. Like I think you just have to check that other doorway.
yeah, I think that's a good call for Lomion to do that. This is smart.
So, well, the other
Oh.
argument actually here, right, is I like checking these items first, and then um yeah, you check the high jump items, and then you just choose to follow whatever is behind moat, which I didn't see what it was.
It was the croc door here in Upper Norfair. I usually agree with you, Glove. In this case, though, with 5 E-tanks, you're probably just going to get tanks in Upper Norfair that's going to push you to, like, do the rest of Upper Norfair, so...
That's fair,
kinda,
yeah.
Like, in any other, like, you know, Major, Minor, or Chozo, like, I 100% would do that. But I think both make sense just because of the item split here. Like, you're probably going to get an E-tank at either Crumble Shaft or Ice, and then you're going to be incentivized to hell run over to Bubble Mountain, so, like, just knowing that door early, which, I mean, the door takes you to Croc, which is still forcing you to do those hell runs.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to do the hell runs because you have speed.
Just a tiny one.
Yeah. Okay, she's saving. I was about to say, on 2 tanks, I'm pretty sure the ice hell run is in logic. Unless that is a deviation from the various settings we've used. So one of the E-tanks is at Croc Escape. Probably not going to get that. Actually, I feel pretty confident saying we will. Uh-oh.
Okay. No, I just scouting out Cathedral first.
Okay, yeah, I guess I see it.
I kind of like this. If she's trying to be efficient with like the doors, this is just a scout and an assumed dead end unless it's an E-tank.
This
If
is
it's
like...
E-tank, it's actually kind of bad.
Oh
Okay,
my.
so she took the save. She knows about the high jump boots, and then the play here would be go to Ice and then go down Croc Speedway to check that entrance. Kind of gives you a chance to be a little bit more efficient with that.
Yeah.
Instead of backtrack, like take the southern route.
I mean, I think Lomion just never gets those boots.
Yeah, probably not.
Because, like, how... Unless those boots are logically required, you're not chasing that. I guess there is a slight argument to be made, right? That, like... We know that there's 5 majors in LN, which means you are more incentivized to full clear every area. That's an interesting strat. I'm not sure if that's worth health-wise. It's definitely not time-wise. I think the one of the issues with sparking is that the crash animation takes a really long time.
Yeah, Lomion's gonna have a really tight escape now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like that Sunflower is checking Crumble Shaft first. That grapple, wow. I mean, do you even go to Bubble Mountain now for 1 major?
Nice pause to buy more time to see the item.
Yeah.
There's... Well, they kind of have
Well,
to
you have
go
to.
to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah,
They have to check
there's like...
something. There's nothing else left but Bubble Mountain connectors and items.
Yeah.
So they could just go to the lava dive room and try to follow that instead. There's another E-tank. That's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lomion has 2 items outstanding, so I think he's gonna want to check some more of these items. I don't know about for Sunflower.
Do you happen to know how many E-tanks it is to put the Cathedral item in logic? I want to say 5. It's 6? Okay.
I do not know.
It's definitely not a super pleasant hell run.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, there's enough E-tanks here to put it in logic. Well, I guess the one is not in logic because it's too hard to spark to.
Mm-hmm.
Without high jump boots to do like the running jump to get to the croc escape E-tank, that's just unavailable logically.
Right.
Brutal right side wall jump. It's very nice. That's
But
so
yeah,
much harder
decent
than it
chance.
looks.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Decent chance we do just like find a suit here. It's either that or connectors that go somewhere more pleasant like Green Bryn. Okay, well it's plasma.
Still worth digging out for sure. We don't have
Mhm.
starter charge yet, but that's enough damage that just farming is better, like getting through every room. It's just pretty much worth at this stage of the race, even if you don't get charge ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Sunflower probably saves and then starts checking, or doesn't save. It just goes to check portals.
Oh yeah, I mean this is where she gets hurt by leaving that wave portal behind.
I mean, you could do them like kind of like counterclockwise instead, where you check like Croc Door, Lava Dive, and then that one last if you don't find something better. But
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think she didn't hit the Croc Door from the other side yet, so she doesn't know what that is. It'll be a dead
Right.
end. But I think it's okay to start with that one because it's the easiest one to get to. You can refill your health and pretty easily get across to Lava Dive.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is like really hurts your energy. If you are good enough at short charges to spark across, that's perfectly fine strat. So Sunflower is using super missiles on this gate. Um, super missiles aren't any better at gate glitching than regular missiles, but sometimes it feels like they are.
Yep,
Lo-
I've been there.
Lomion unfortunately misses that deboost. Oh, she has to farm here. I don't think you can.
Ooh.
Like one health drop is good enough. Honestly, I think even there you can get in. But yeah, definitely 41. You can get to the energy refill.
Lomion's starting with this one. Oh yeah, he already checked. He came through the Croc Door, so he knows. Well, the seat hasn't really opened up yet because this is still not anything we can do with the
Yeah,
cathedral door.
I mean if you get high jump boots, you can go through there and fall down West Meridia. And if you get the grapple as well.
Yeah, the grapple is in logic though, is the thing, but nobody grabbed it. Kind of not sure where Sunflower's going. Back to get the grapple, maybe, or the high jump boots. Is it doable with 4 and no other movement? I mean,
I wish
you can get it with 5 for sure.
Yeah, if she had just gone if she had refilled a chip, then she would have a crystal flash available.
Oh, that's true. She might opt to get the grapple and then like farm and get the just get some of the bugs in the Frog Speedway.
Yeah, I see that.
There's a lot of really uncomfortable, awkward options. Pretty much the whole race so far. This is a very strange seat.
Yeah.
Well, Lomion's gonna get another tank here, I think. No, I guess we saw all the tanks.
Oh, That's right. I
No,
don't think
reserve. The reserve. No
Sunflower's.
one's done the reserve yet.
I don't think Sunflower's seen grapple. Did she? Before?
Yeah, they both. They
No,
both
she
saw
did.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both saw it.
Chat's leading me astray.
Yeah, they both definitely saw it. Lomion saw it like as he paused and the screen faded out before he died because he was so low on health. But they both saw it.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
going like front to front is a little bit easier. So it should be doable with 4 tanks as long as Sunflower is careful here. Plasma really helps her out a lot. That does not
That's
help.
not quite what you want to see. Unfortunate. Yeah. Just like 3 things went wrong there in
Yeah.
succession.
If she just delayed like a tiny bit more for when she shot up, that would have broken the block, or you can just bail on the spark entirely. That's I've found usually safer. Like
Yeah,
I've failed that spark so many times. It's cool when you do it, but
it's slower and more energy expensive.
It
and
seems
less
easier than the
safe.
wall jumps, but it really isn't like under pressure like that.
I mean, with speed and high jump, you basically don't even need to wall jump. Oh,
Okay,
there's East Meridia
that's
front.
even harder.
So like gravity's in our near future, right?
Yeah, that's the last connector. So the requirement is high jump to get up.
Yeah, we're going into West Meridia.
That's 100% the only thing that's allowed here. Or I guess snail climb. We don't have a way to kill Botch Moon. No, sand pits aren't in logic in this without a suit, regardless of other items. Yeah. It's kind of rare that these dash seeds like force like the lowest percentage of things you can do. Like this feels more like a map rando where it's like here's the trick, do the trick.
Yeah, I mean honestly,
do this hell run with minimum HP, like from the logic, to get the stuff you need to go do the minimum West Meridia play.
This feels like a Varia seed with slowest progression.
Sunflower did survive with those high jump boots, so I think she's gonna go back and ship refill, like to save and lock it in, maybe, and then
get the
reserve
grapple.
could be nice too, and then get the grapple.
These are the hardest hell runs in the whole game, I swear. But it makes it easier when there's an E-tank, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lomion's going to be a bit more kitted out, equipment-wise. But... I mean, those high jump boots are logical at this point, so that's huge for Sunflower. And that's obviously your last locationing that if you are Lomion. I mean, I think he is literally about, like, I think that's his last location.
Yeah, I think he is probably assuming at this point it's going to be Varia, and will be slightly disappointed that it's not. Or like gravity to get through those Meridia rooms that he's seen.
Yeah.
Sunflower going back here. I'm not sure what... She saw the major, the X-ray. What do you think she's looking for?
I have absolutely done that. Not picked up a major, and then I get back to an area and I look at the M1. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have specifically done that with X-ray at that location. In Erased, where I have skipped X-ray at the bottom of criteria and then forgotten that there were no outstanding majors.
Yeah. It's almost got to be what this is.
Yeah. I have noticed she does also just tend to be more thorough in looking for stuff like ammo. Oh yeah, Lomion. Yeah, so Lomion is on track now.
Yeah, he didn't save after that last E-tank in reserve, or did he? I thought he had 5
he
E-tanks.
didn't. Yeah, so that...
Like, honestly, it's probably worth getting to just help with that Hellron. Like, if you know that that's there, That also puts you in a situation where if you encounter Ridley somewhat early and you don't have Varia yet, you've got an extra tank in reserve to maybe make that fight doable. Obviously, we're still a ways away, no charge, like hardly any supers. That's not on the table for literally anybody. But
Right, but 5+1 Ridley, if you have 30 supers, is pretty reasonable. I would not call it easy, but it's very doable even with some pretty bad luck.
Yeah, especially if you get Gravity Suit to afford to take a hit or two from Ridley's body, like that makes a huge difference. Powerbomb drop from the waiver. I guess it's almost all he's missing.
Sunflower, I think, must have forgotten that she skipped a major, because this is... You don't go to climb supers for a super missile. That's a nice way to do climb supers. That deboost is pretty annoying, actually. It's a lot more common to see people like get a spark, like get a charge going left, and then get blue echoes to jump through them. But if you're good enough to just do the deboost, you can.
Or there's some of us that aren't consistent enough with our short charges, so that's like the harder strat. That would be my experience.
That's fair. Short charging is hard.
But it's nice that there's multiple ways to take care of everything here. Throughout this game.
Absolutely. I mean, there's some insane people who will hypo jump to the Norfair Reserve.
Yeah. I mean, I have, but not in normal circumstances or in a race where I don't have 4 minutes to throw my face at it.
Yeah, it's theoretically faster if it's the one thing you're checking. Or you want to check that first. Did Sunflower not...
She didn't go back down to... I mean, either she is confused and thinks she is just missing the major, or she realized after checking everything else that they're all exhausted and she's going back to... This is the croc door. With high jump, she can actually get this other E-tank on the way. That's not too difficult. You just get a little bit of run speed off of the platforms down below, and with speed and high jump, you can make it all the way up to the ledge. Okay, she's actually skipping the grapple instead.
Yeah, I
don't like this.
I agree. Like, you get to clear... You get grapple, you get to clear all of West Meridia, is the thing.
Yeah. Without it, we just get the bottom two portals. That top one's just going to be orphan there, and, you know, we might need grapple anyway.
How many majors were in West Meridia?
That's a good question. We'll probably find out soon.
Okay, one...
Oh, wait. Did Sunflower ever see the single chamber door?
I don't know that she has.
Okay, that makes sense why she's back here then, saving, or just in case something goes wrong in West Meridia.
Yeah.
But nicely done from Lomion to get that the high jump boots that time.
Yeah, at this point, I think he is tentatively in the lead, because he has the information advantage. So presumably he goes to West Meridia next. He's saving, so I figure grapple first.
Yeah, just a little farm on the way. Beef up his health. Sunflower very justifiably afraid of the crabs.
The crabs are scary.
Yeah, they're always. I see. I'm always terrified of them with the power suit, so I'm really careful. But like when I have Varia or Gravity, it's like, oh, I have a suit. I'm not worried about the crabs, and that's when they still hit like a truck. Only one major here in West Meridia, so it's not
Lomion
really.
is grabbing the E-tank, I guess. Or just wants to like leave this way.
He can grapple across the spiky acid snake tunnel. This is I
That's
think the fastest
true.
way for him to get here. Take the health
This is-
refill. This is good routing.
This is sick.
I was gonna say on Sunflower's side, I don't think it's really slow to go to Mama Turtle. Like she might opt to do that. You can get out with high jump, but I kind of would like to see her just check the portals first and just find something better than the one major here. And that's what it looks like she's doing, just going straight past Mama Turtle. And
it's 2 and 5 that the major is at Mama Turtle. So, however you value that. And there is a non-zero chance that you can get the speed locked item here. Depending on what the connection is. No.
It's not a good one. Yeah, I don't think I've ever considered that or had that come up, but I guess if you have like New Bridge or something where you have a good runway.
I've had it come up from Croc before.
Oh, that's a good one too, yeah.
And we were off by 1. Completely empty Croc. We have no use for him. But we've at least found some sort of a hub with no majors. Wait, what was the... So we saw Croc. What was the other portal?
That was the Main Street one to get here. Sunflower did not check the tube yet.
Oh, so she didn't... I assumed she would have come... Okay. Really?
These wall jumps are kind of obnoxious with the slopes on the wall and how the water moves. If you don't have space jump, it's really tricky. But that one would have worked if you didn't break spin. But you got to get it just the right time. Nice.
Nicely done.
Ooh, there's a green brain. Okay, here's going to be all the goods, I think.
Yeah, typical...
We're going to hit a suit here. There's like almost no way we don't.
So Sunflower's not checking the right portal first.
Lomion into Green Bryn from the other side. This is really good. This is really good for him, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna hit all the dense locations at the start here, Green Bryn. It's really likely that you'll hit a major here, like at the Bryn Reserve area, and just maybe don't have to check all the slow stuff at Big Pink.
Yeah, if you... So, okay, you come from the right side of Green Bryn. Are you a left to right or a right to left Green Bryn person?
Depends a lot on the numbers and how much I have left, like outside of that area. I check at least like some of these things. I might skip things like Mission Impossible or like Spore Spawn, Wavegate, maybe. But with 3 and 3, or 3 and 2, I guess that's what that is. I'd probably just mostly full clear from the right.
Wait, I think it was 3 and 3, and they both got a different E-tank.
Okay. Am I crazy? And again, Lomion getting the reward of ice and charge here on the left side.
See, this is why I really like left to right. Like, obviously, if you can just happen into it, it's great, but I honestly think, like, check charge, check item outside of Mission Impossible, and then go to the left side is just really good.
Yeah, if the thing about doing that is at this point, like, we have, like, it's almost definitely going to be a portal that, oh, that's an unfortunate fall for Lomion. It's almost definitely going to be a portal that you're going to want to follow. I guess I kind of don't like that Sunflower didn't check the New Bridge portal first. Because if the New Bridge portal is something you want, then you definitely, I absolutely agree with you, Glove, you check left to right and then go through the New Bridge portal when you're done. But if you know that's a dead end and you're probably not going to want to come back anyway, it's kind of difficult to justify it sometimes.
Left
But,
to right fans stay
you're
winning.
You're absolutely getting a huge boon in this seat.
You're getting a huge boon in most seats is the thing. Left side Green Bryn is just so good.
Yeah.
That
I will say you don't normally find all the majors over here. Usually just, some of them, and a big pile of miners with them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Lomion's in great shape here. We'll see what he does when he gets to the Green Hill Zone portal, whether he decides to go through and clear out a bunch of Red Tower stuff, or if he decides to go to New Bridge first or instead.
I think you have to go to New Bridge. If you don't check that portal now, you're never coming back to it. But, let's say it's like, what's it most likely to be at this point? Decent chance it's Wrecked Ship. What else have we not seen? I think we're missing back of LN.
Yeah, and back of East Meridia.
As
well as Kraid and Torian.
Back of East Meridia.
Oh wait, we did. That was
Mushroom,
that was a Kago,
right?
Yep. Alright, yeah, so Lomion is going to check New Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Sunflower about to get the Gravity Suit, and then up to the last two majors here.
Yeah, back of LN, Kraid, Turian, and both Wreck Ship. So the only one of those that's bad or that you don't want to follow is back of LN. I love seeing a no majors in Wreck Ship. Just immaculate vibes.
Oh yeah.
And if you're Lomion at this point, you're thinking surely Varia is in West Meridia. Is in Red Tower, but is it guaranteed West Meridia now?
I don't know. Well, with the potential of getting like double jump and heat shield, all that stuff, there could be additional majors. So there could be like a Kraid's Lair. Like there could be a lot more than the normal amount of majors we're used to seeing. I haven't done the math, but there's still a good chance that there's one, in Kraid's Lair, which could be.
That's true as well. Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully Lomion's hoping this isn't Ridley. That's what the save is for. Every other boss is pretty much fine. Ridley's doable with this, but with this beam, I don't know how many shots exactly, and it makes it a lot harder.
It is Dragon, and the X-ray pickup pays off. Also, yeah, the bosses are shuffled. No chance of surprise now. I will never be able to, on my own, remember the difference or remember which one is shuffled and which one is shifted.
Yeah, the words are just too close together.
Yeah.
We should have come up with different terms for them, but maybe it's too late now. Nice, easy microwave kill.
Yeah, I know what each one is. I just don't know. I forget which one how the nomenclature works. And yeah, you can just check the location. So like that unlocked East Meridia.
It doesn't really help us, or it doesn't help the runners rather, since I don't think they'll be going through the back anyway. Like if there's a good portal to the back side and not a good one to get to the aqueduct side, then often that's really helpful. But here, I don't see a reason to get back to the back of East Meridia
Wave.
What's that?
Where's East Meridia again? Was it Wave?
Is that right? I think so.
So that's not bad to get back
the,
to.
the front side, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which you have to go through Upper Norfair to get there anyway, so you might as well just go straight there. Like if you're trying to get to Criteria to get to the backside of East Meridia, you'd have to go through Upper Norfair to Criteria, and that's just not worth.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunflower, I think back up, really trying to dig out this major. Like you said, Glove, she's being really thorough, trying to not miss any major, no matter what. We'll see if there's a suit here that's going to be extremely advantageous. It's really going to pay out. But Lomion getting a lot more map knowledge at the same time.
So if back of wreck ship leads to if back of wreck ship leads to LN, that's huge, but that cannot happen because then Kraid would lead to Turian.
Actually, we had a couple of these.
Wait.
These red tower portals unchecked still.
Yes.
There's back of LN.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, how is Lomion in red tower now? That's how.
Yeah, we hadn't seen the top yet. Both runners followed.
Right, we haven't seen Tube yet either. So.
Yep, that's right. And despite Sunflower being so thorough, looks like the major will be the last one that she checks. And yeah, there's no reason not to just get it blind. You know you want it.
Wait. Did Sunflower not see Crab earlier? I thought she did. Oh, okay. That's significant.
Yeah, she came out the top here. She didn't scout this on the way down because lack of gravity suit, and then when she finished up the green Bryn, I think she was at the top, like the redfish room, so she just went over there first. So this ended up being the last spot to check.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, that's still a great find for her. Like this, having a suit ahead of your opponent is a really good way to gain time, even when you're behind positionally. Like as far as boss kill or potential portal knowledge.
Yeah, grade 0. So
yeah, I think really the big factor now. Ooh, that's a nice find, Turian as well. But the big factor here is where does Lomion look for the various suit? Because if he looks in West Meridia, I think he's ahead positionally enough that still in a really good spot and a lead in this race. But if he goes and tries to clear out East Meridia first, and like full clears East Meridia, then he's just going to be sinking so much time.
Agreed. East Meridia is miserable. I think it is great to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, it's kind of deceptive because like I don't know, at least for me, I think of like, oh, East Meridia's got like a boss, you're making progress while you're checking it, but it's just so many checks and they're all kind of slow and spread out. Whereas West Meridia, it's like, well, there's no boss, you don't really have to do anything there. It's great if you can skip it, but you just kind of can't sometimes. Like you just do it anyway. It's so fast.
Yeah, I think doing a play where you go into East Meridia and you do left and right sandpit and everything through the boss and just skip Plasma and Shack is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's a little harder when it's like basically a coin flip that your various suits there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, speaking of. Alright, well, Lomion's going to have a bit of a trickier fight here. Sunflower should be in okay shape. It's just a matter of getting it done quickly, which is easier said than done, but she's at no risk of dying with this beam combo and suits, 15 supers. Each charge shot, handy that it tells us the damage on the screen. Each charge shot does the same amount as one super.
Love it
only
when it
5
works
charge
out.
shots and 25 supers, unless any more of them get missed. There's at least 1 miss, I think, on Lomion's side.
I think it was 2 misses.
I think so too. I wasn't sure on the first one.
Yeah, this fight's cooked.
Does he have 1 reserve?
Oh, if he has 2 reserves, then yeah, this is survivable. Although,
I don't think he
well,
does.
that's another miss.
Yeah.
But he let his reserves autofill, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was 2 reserves, but
Okay.
he didn't fill them all the way. I don't think either.
It looked like an awkward amount of energy from the reserves, like 1.5 tanks or something. It was...
Yeah. So yeah, I think Sunflower's just unequivocally ahead here.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, that was still pretty close. Like, you know, it just coupled slightly better Ridley manipulations and not missing those supers, and it was a win for Lomion. So like, he can definitely do this fight. Kind of has to. Like this is. It's not in the worst spot, but it's still enough of a backtrack that you kind of feel like you need this for the race. Like, just to stay in it.
Yeah.
So where is Sunflower going? Is this back to... This is the wrecked ship. She hasn't seen this yet?
Correct. Okay, so Lomion will have 120 here. So 140. That's still not full, but hopefully it doesn't have to come to that if he hits his shots.
Right. You know, it's like one of those things where, like, you want to get full, but you also don't want to waste any more time than you need to do that. I know some people try to cut it, like, really close with some of the hell runs. Like, you know, if you're farming in Batcave, you don't want to have to fill to full, especially if you might find an E-tank. Like, but you got to know your own limits and have a lot of practice and to know exactly what amount is enough.
Absolutely.
This fight's going much better. Lomi's doing a great job so far here. Being a little bit more careful with his shots and careful with his manipulations to not let things go awry.
Nicely
Very
done.
nice.
I think he was actually kind of saved there by the fact that he fired a number of missiles that was not divisible by 3, which meant that he had actually fired one more shot on Ridley Beyond Death. Because... regardless, because he had 15 supers after Ridley turns red. After Ridley's turned red, he takes 14 more supers to kill.
Yeah, it's 1 past the halfway point, which is unintuitive. Oh, going back to check the major. With 5 there, I kind of don't hate this, but it's unfortunately was Spazer.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, in Dash, you're not penalized for picking it up beyond the 7-second item fanfare.
Something tells me that was intentional, just for the memes, given a few of Lomion's little plays.
I believe he was also... Was he on Team Golden Shower?
I don't know.
I forget. That was like Junie...
That sounds right. I know Junie and Lomion are good friends, so that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, hard to remember Rando League teams from 3 years ago sometimes.
We just need another Rando League, and then we won't have to remember the past so much. Anyways, So Lomion, nice job on that Ridley fight. Did lose a little time on the death, and still has to search out the various suit. But
What is this at the back
this
of
puts
Rip
him back
Ship?
in.
Is this guaranteed to be tube?
This was the top of Red Tower.
That's what. That's
Because
it. Yeah.
Lomion took this back to Red Tower. So this will work out well for Sunflower. And this will work out well for Lomion, too, because this puts him at Main Street. And it's like he's going for the blind spark. This is a difficult short charge.
Yeah, there's no shame in going to the ledge above.
I tried a couple times and then I chicken out if I'm not getting it, because some days it's just not there.
I find it a lot harder from this ledge, but
with high jump especially, it's hard because weirdly enough, your higher jump makes you bonk the platforms in an awkward way. But yeah, nicely done from Lomion. So both runners in go mode now with really good loadouts. Not a whole lot else that they need. Like space jump would be nice, wave would be nice, screw attack would be nice for LN. But not anything they're going to go out of their way for beyond these like 2 on-path Lower Norfair items, like this and Hadarubi Missile, and then maybe behind a boss. I guess Lomion checking behind Ridley tells me that there's no more bosses to check behind, actually, because Kraid's lair was empty, so Kraid doesn't have any items. And Fantoon doesn't have any items because it's Fantoon.
So Lomion's pausing here. Has he seen Crab Hole?
I don't know. What was it, Crab Hole?
Turian, right?
Sounds right. I think he either saw it or he knows that it has to be Turian because it's the last thing left.
Oh, that might be true, yeah. That might be why he was pausing, although...
He might just be pausing to try to figure out how to get back to... I guess either East Meridia or Lower Norfair.
Hey, that's a nice pickup.
Yeah, that's almost the latest you're going to want to get it, where it's still helpful, but it'll make the escape really nice. And probably enough to make up the time.
Yeah, only downside of picking it up is, of course, the item fanfare, and also you are either unequipping it for Zeb Skip, or you're doing down back Zeb Skip. Or speed Zeb Skip, technically. Yeah, Sunflower just needed to go just a bit farther on both of those sparks. And no reason to farm up supers. We know that it's either Kraid or Fantoon here. And it is Fantoon.
Yeah, Lomion will have a little bit of an advantage here, potentially, too, with the ability to microwave Fantoon.
Yeah, unfortunately from this point, there's really no way he makes up the remaining time.
Probably not. I mean, there's still potential for like divergence in how the runners route to Turian, but this one's pretty straightforward because you just pop back from Red Tower into... I guess you got to get back to East Meridia first. I don't know. It seems fairly linear compared to a lot of seeds, so there's not a good chance of like, say, Sunflower going like the totally long, out of the way path to get somewhere. But we'll see. Sometimes it's difficult with all these entrances. You kind of have a path in your mind and you think, okay, this is how I'm going to get there, and then you don't really see that there is a much faster path because you just are thinking about what you know works.
Yeah.
Save like those mental resources of, you know, trying to play the game well the whole time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Also, in a race situation, sometimes your brain just shuts off.
Yep.
Especially a seed that was like this frustrating in the beginning. It can just get tiresome. So here is the play to do reverse acid dive, go through back of East Meridia. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
And conveniently,
because Dragon's dead, so yeah,
Mhm.
Meridia is open. I didn't think that was going to come into play, but yeah, the reverse acid dive is actually kind of, it's faster than going like the front ways through Lower Norfair. Going backwards through that's a little bit quicker.
Mhm.
Just you need the health to survive all the acid.
Yeah, which Sunflower has plenty of. And especially with Screw Attack, it is hard. It's difficult for things to go so awry on 7E tanks. And she did see the route, yeah. So I think from here on out, routing decisions are extremely limited for you to lose time unless... Because, from here you go... does right side of Criteria have a West Meridia portal?
No, but it has Upper Norfair, which has a West Meridia portal. So you go to the Croc Door, and then the Croc Door leads to which one was it? Oh, Lava Dive.
No, so yeah, you just leave out Aqueduct if you're going to Upper Norfair anyway.
Oh yeah, because that puts you in single chamber, and you're just right there. Yep.
So, yeah, that's. I feel like that's probably not too hard a route to suss out, but I also don't think, barring Sunflower like completely getting lost, I think he just straight up has the win here.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. We'll definitely see how it plays out.
Lomion's a little bit lower on health. He'll take a save.
Yeah, I think more than anything, at least in my experience, sometimes this is like, how many E-tanks does this take again? Like
Yeah.
like I know I can do it, but I don't know how tight it's going to be, so I'm just going to not throw the race away and just take a extra 5 seconds on that save. And then I usually come out the other side and realize, oh, I wasn't even close. That was really excessive. He's probably going to have the same experience.
Right. So Sunflower in that quicksand room, she was just on the lip of it. For a second, I was really scared that she had soft locked, which is a possibility in that room. As I believe it was like 2 years ago, Fats got soft locked there in the race. Basically, you can get in a position where you get grabbed by the yapping mob, but you're far enough right that you're just like never actually entering the sand hole.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I can't say I've seen it in a race, but that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I know of exactly the race where it happened to Fat Scott. I don't think it's happened to anyone else.
Does Lomion forget he has Screw Attack? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you have Ice Beam, you do not want to be firing shots there for exactly that reason. Also, it causes lag if you're like a nerd who cares about that kind of thing. It causes a lot of lag. Classic sunflower twist.
I don't know how that setup works, but it seems to be consistent for people, and I do appreciate seeing it.
Yeah, I think it's cute. I if I'm in a situation where I have to uh, do a 4 super great quick kill, I kind of just feel it out. But I yeah, I see. It's nice to normalize the timing of anything. Ugh, getting the Kago into that sandpit sucks. Do you know the specific situations in which it is faster to go all the way to the left versus Kagoing that sandpit?
Not exactly. I mean, in this case, it's for sure not because Batuun's still alive. I know that's a
Right. Yeah.
that's a big one you need.
hmm I've absolutely done that, and then you feel very silly.
Yeah, I know you need speed also, but
hmm
I've gone that way without speed and forgot I had to ice clip,
Yeah,
which is not
that
faster.
at that point, I feel like it's probably faster still to just turn around. Maybe not.
I don't know. But I usually, if I'm not checking the items or the sand pits, like if I'm not checking the aqueduct items or the sand pits for any reason, and I don't want to like, you know, do a quick farm of any of the bugs, I usually go and just speed through the Batuan hallway.
hmm
But I guess having area randomizer, we can also use screw attack through those blocks at the bottom of aqueduct that are normally the power bomb blocks in vanilla, like right where you would enter aqueduct in a vanilla playthrough. I think that might make a difference too.
Yeah, that's true. This is the wrong portal, I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
Wait, am I misremembering where Turian is?
Is it the tube? I thought the tube was Kraid's lair.
I thought Crab Hole
Well, I guess we'll
was.
find out. Yeah, the tube was Kraid's lair. I think Sunflower just got a little mixed up. That definitely happens, especially in a race at the end. I don't know what she uses like to track. There's a few different like somewhat popular area trackers out there,
hmm
and some people don't use any of them, and I find that a little bit too risky because I just don't have a great memory for all those things.
Those people scare me.
It might also be the case that like she just stopped tracking at a certain point because it was like some of the last things that she found and was like, oh, okay, I found all the
Mhm.
areas, and you just don't mark the last couple. I've definitely done that too,
Yeah.
but not a big deal. She's still here. Going on the touring elevator, it'll refill all of her ammo and health. Getting set up for not baby skip, stand up glitch as well, turning off that various suit and getting ready for the Zeb skip by turning off screw attack to not have to do the down back.
I do think the Turian elevator is the most annoying elevator in the game to do the little pause trick going down it, just because you're navigating around the platform above it. And also, uh, with the way it works with item selection and stuff, I know at least with the binds that I have, if I'm in the practice realm and I try to do the pause glitch on the Turian elevator, it just loads state.
Well, you don't have to practice going down elevators. That's easy, right?
If I'm
That
practicing
was
moon
definitely
falling into pausing.
okay. Well, I'm gonna double down on my joke and say just don't use Moonfall, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Ah, yeah, I forgot that you can just lose time.
Yeah, it's easy.
All right, classic
But
boomer skip. Oh,
not quite.
yeah, landed a bit
The
too far to the left on that first jump. It's crazy to me how many people have picked up the new clockwise baby skip now. I guess if you're a new runner, it just makes sense to learn that.
yeah, for sure.
Because I hear it's easier. I have practiced and not found it to be easier, but I've also spent many hours learning boomer skip.
Yeah, I'm in exactly the same boat. It took me a really long time to start to get comfortable with it, the old-fashioned way. So I I don't really want to sink that much time into learning the new way to do it just yet. I was going to mention too, in lieu of menuing on that elevator, some runners will opt to menu on the energy refill if you're not confident in baby skip, especially.
Hmm.
That was my strat for a very long time. Just assume I'm going to get grabbed, and if I don't get grabbed, great. And if I do, I'll at least feel good about saving a few of those frames back at the energy refill when I menu there. $30-shot Mother Brain fight. Sunflower might have to use those 9 supers, or I guess the 9th super doesn't really help very much, but the first 8 would take away 4 charge shots.
Hmm. Yeah, this isn't map rando. Mother Brain only takes 300 from supers.
And Sunflower does take 1 ketchup, puts her down to basically exactly the amount of energy that she needs anyway, so
Hmm.
calculated, I'm sure.
Heck yeah. And this is a ooh, got a double hit there. Thankfully, it does not impact anything. But yeah, this is a pretty reasonable beam for stand up. No wave makes it a bit worse, but you can still save a lot of time. Especially if you know all that cute 2 cry stuff and all that. I'm not sure if you need space jump for that. I do not run Hundo.
You don't need it, but I don't know the specifics of like. I know there's like normalized ways to do that, and I think those
Hmm.
might all require space jump. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure about. I remember it being developed and then it had changed about 15 times from when I went to sleep to when I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for all the divergence between the two runners, cool to at least see 2 mother brains on screen at the same time.
Yeah, it ended up being a really close race, and
Hmm.
it was a really long, difficult, slow start, but then they just kind of zoomed through the second half of the seed. So it's really not going to be too bad of a time, all things considered, for either runner. Like, I know we've seen some seeds in like the 120 range, sometimes with some really bad maps, and you know, some struggles on one or both of the runner's side. But in this case, they both struggled and still are going to get around like 110, 115.
Yeah, really solid. And with that, Sunflower will finish in first place with an official race time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, 59 seconds, advancing to the playoffs. GG.
It was a great race. I hope we can get both the runners in here to talk about, especially that first part, all the very awkward Upper North Air stuff, and
Yeah,
see their thoughts.
Unfortunately, it looks like Sunflower will not be joining us. We'll see about Lomion, though, as he works on Mother Brain 3. Mother Brain 3 sucks. Sometimes I think it's my least favorite boss in the game.
Honestly, I'm just scared of Mother Brain all around.
That's fair. But Mother Brain 3, it's so easy to just be like, oh, I casually lost 5 seconds. Which, you know, is always true. But feels worse on the boss where you hold shoot and tap jump and R.
You hold shoot? Is that normal? Is that what everybody does?
No, okay, you don't hold shoot. You hold shoot and then let go.
You tap shoot at a rhythm, right?
Well, I hold it after I jump. Like, I hold it for the 4 shots and then I let go of it.
See, now I'm gaslighting myself. I don't think I do that. I think I just tap it.
Can you?
For each shot? I don't know. I have to find out.
You tap shoot faster than holding it?
I don't know. I don't know how that fight works, apparently, but that's...
I feel like I'm gonna have to watch somebody with controller cam now.
I might not even do it that way. It's one of those things that's just muscle memory for me. But regardless,
yeah, I've absolutely
done a fine job.
Mm-hmm. No, I've done that before where I've been like, no, that's not how I do that room, and then I like actually like try out the room to remember how I do it, and then I'm like, oh, that's actually exactly how I do it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and now Lomion has finished in second place with an official race time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 36 seconds. GG. We'll see if he wants to come in for interviews.
While we're waiting, I saw the space jump was at Firefly Z-Tank. That may be the most on-path thing we didn't check in LN or anywhere.
Yeah, why are you checking that, though?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been worth, I guess. But here we are joined by
Yeah.
Lomion Jones. Welcome in, and GG's Lomion.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG's.
So the best thing I can say about this seed was that when it was rolled, I saw there were 2 sovas in the hash, and in the usual sort of pre-run memeing, I said, "Oh, 2 sovas in the hash. That's a guaranteed vary at Cathedral." Yeah, it sort of felt like that's what it was going to be, but it didn't actually turn out to be that. But it was almost as bad, or worse, I guess.
It was kind of the same, just you had to get the rest of the way through Cathedral eventually with the high jump boots.
Yeah, and Varia. Well, but the thing is, like, since that was the last item I'd checked, I realized Varia didn't unlock anything. Since I didn't have high jump, so I didn't have logical access through the front of Lower Norfair, so I was thinking it had to be gravity, but I forgot high jump would also get me somewhere.
Yeah. But it was a really weird beginning to the seed.
Yeah, let's just completely lock down like that with lower or upper Norfair and nothing else. That was very strange. So yeah, I'm guessing Sunflower just sort of got a lead there and didn't lose it.
A little bit, yeah. She checked the Cathedral earlier than you did, so she knew all the majors in Upper Norfair before you. Obviously, you made a sensible play for sure, and go to all the pairs and groups of items first, and left that for last since it's the hardest one. But
Right.
she had a bit of a lead there for sure. The other big thing that helped her out a lot was having the various suit before finding Kraid's lair.
Oh,
where Ridley
yeah.
was. So yeah, she ended up clearing. She kind of hit it from the other side and did all of West Meridia, but still got Varia before that Ridley fight. So ended up being first try fight. Yours was a great attempt, a great success when you got it. But
Yeah, I was happy to get it second try.
Yeah, without the 30 supers, especially like that first one, your health draining, that's a tough fight to do, and you were close, but definitely lost a little time on that.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise it wasn't a terrible seed once you got through that initial roadblock. I have some lines crossing it. I hand draw all of my area tracking, and I have 3 lines crossing at one point, which is always a problem. But otherwise, the map was relatively friendly.
I do want to say too, I liked your play to go get that grapple beam on the way down to West Meridia. Sunflower chose to skip that and ended up not being punished for that, but it was a good conservative play in my eyes, knowing that you had to do at least some suitless Meridia, having that in your back pocket in case it was necessary for it as well.
Yeah, I figured I didn't want to be just jumping straight down West Meridia. I'd like to have something to get me around a little bit. It's just unfortunate I didn't save before running to Cathedral. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Oh yeah, after getting your last E-tank in reserve.
Right. And the ammo for the crystal flash.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, I think it went okay as far as these things go. I started following these rando races back in the 2017 tournament, which was like the first tournament, and I just remember Sunflower from that tournament. She had a bunch of really legendary races, so it was an honor to race her after all these years. And good luck to her in the brackets.
Yeah, absolutely. And GG's to you. At 2 and 4, this is the end of your run this tournament, but really, really stacked field this year.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean,
so
I kept
think
it
there's
within
really no
3
shame.
minutes of Sunflower. I had a race where I was almost 3 seconds, almost 3 minutes. I mean, behind Zeb. So I had some good efforts not quite there, but that's sort of, yeah, the best I can hope for, I feel, at this point.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Any closing thoughts as you exit the tournament stage?
No, I'm glad I hadn't played a dash seed in a while before they announced this.
Yeah, a lot's changed from
Mhm.
from previous dash iterations.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun, and thanks for coming. Thanks to Adam for tracking, and all the people behind the scenes.
Yeah, thanks for the great race. It was definitely enjoyable. It was a lot of fun to do comments with you, Glove, and
Yeah.
appreciate Adam's help tracking and everybody watching. And of course, GG's again to Sunflower on the victory.
And on that note, that is going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming. So if you would please go follow these runners, go follow Lomion Jones, go follow Sunflower. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove, joined on comms by Ace. We've had Adam on tracking. And from all of us here at Speed Gaming, we'll see you next mission.